welcome to SilverC Review. As you can see, this bridge is not very stable. This is one of the middle boards here that is completely gone, and several of them are about to go. Anyways, this podcast will have an introduction, a movie review, movie recommendations, some jokes and quotes, and then an Inside the Introvert section. So all the times are listed down in the description, so if you want to skip to a certain one or only watch a certain one, feel free to do so. If you have any ideas on what movie I should review, post them in the comments anywhere and I'll check it out. I've talked in the previous podcast how I have two of them that seem to get listened to on SoundCloud, and they're like the only two, and I kind of thought maybe it was because it was a shorter one, but I did Super Troopers 2, and it was only 19 minutes, and I don't think anyone listened to it, so there goes that idea. So it's I guess it just depends on what movies I'm reviewing is the only thing that's deciding it. I've kind of considered putting what I rate the movie in the description somewhere, so that way people will kind of go into it knowing if I'm gonna say good things about the movie or bad things about the movie or however. Because this is more, I don't necessarily review the movie, I just like comment on the movie. So, but SilverC commentary didn't really sound nearly as good. When I go audio only, which will be at the end of this year, I'm still not going to edit them, but I might like add in stuff. So if I happen to go in an area that's real windy all of a sudden and you can't hear me or something like that, I might edit in and put whatever I said, something just like record an audio clip, because I'm not good at editing video, but I'm very good at editing pictures, and I'm decent at editing audio because I keep one MP3 CD in my car. I've kind of referenced that before. It's got like 120 songs on it, and I try to put as many songs on it as possible, so a lot of times if there's a segment in a song I don't like, or if I just like the first half of a certain song, I can edit it, and that way I can fit as many on there as possible. So I have experience editing audio files. So anyways, that's going to be it. We're going to go into the movie review. This one's going to be The Predator. And giving this one a 5 out of 10. It's nice and peaceful out here today. There will be spoilers. I mean, not anything major to spoil, but if you haven't seen it, don't want anything spoiled, you might want to see it first. So, it was kind of weird how in the beginning of the movie when the ship crashes, it happens to crash right where the sniper guy is. Like, I can understand that they're trying to integrate him as the main character and everything, but it's like, what are the chances of it crashing right there? And that one dude eating Mentos was a nice Mentos advertisement. I thought that was kind of weird. It was also strange how they know who the predators are already. I'm super lost in the series. I feel like they're constantly jumping around between the Alien and Predator series, and maybe if I sat down and watched them all in order, I might know more, but I don't know. I'm pretty lost in all that, so I thought it was strange. They were like, oh, we already know what they are. Definitely, if I worked as that one dude with the room that kind of starts going down, and he's like, doesn't it seem like the room is stretching? I'd say that every single time, just like he did, because that's awesome. I will admit the name Predator is way cooler than Sports Hunter, but maybe like Space Sports Hunter, that would be kind of cool. Sport Hunter, I don't know why I said sports. Which, I wanted to comment on this in my introduction, and I forgot. I'm back on the bridge that I commented on 2 videos ago, and now I've got bug spray. So, as you can see, there's still standing water behind me, but mosquitoes are kind of staying away because I got bug spray on. So, that's why I'm back here, but it is really nice and peaceful out here. There's like nothing but nature. Let's admire the peace and silence for just a minute. It's nice. Um, sorry, I gotta find where I'm at now. Why would they not have the Predator locked to the table? I mean, even if they think he was dead, which I thought they did have some sort of lock over him, but they should have, like, super powerful locks on it, and he just wakes up and, like, rips him off like nothing. It was kind of weird how he was able to remote into his helmet using another Predator's helmet. I thought that was very strange. Which, you know, I thought about it, thought about saying something, I didn't write it down, but I don't remember him ever getting his helmet. Like, I kind of got lost what was happening exactly, like what the main Predator's objective was, and, well, I mean, I guess his objective was to get to the kid, so he didn't really need his helmet, but it was kind of weird that he was, like, going after it, or that he knew that the kid had the helmet. I don't know, that was very strange. Definitely the world's worst security guards there. I mean, they've got guns and they keep running into melee range of the Predator. I thought that was kind of stupid. It's like, stand back and shoot him. When the Predator is on top of the building, what is it called? I want to say carport, but that's not it. I don't know, the overhang thing, and he's running and the scientist's underneath. How in the world is she keeping pace with him? I thought that was kind of weird. And then she runs and jumps onto the bus, and I thought she was supposed to be a scientist. And why is she, like, all athletic all of a sudden? And, like, I'm fine if they want to make the female character like that, but why start the video out as her being some bookworm scientist type person? And it also didn't really explain her. Like, at one point, it kind of went into explaining her, and unless it just went completely over my head, all it said was she wrote a letter to, I think it said the president, and somehow she randomly got selected. That makes no sense at all. Like, why in the world would these people studying the aliens contact some random person that wrote a letter joking, like, if you find any space animals, send them to me, or something like that? Like, it's just, I don't know. It seemed like she had no backstory whatsoever. It was very weird. I felt like she could have been a very solid character if she had more of a backstory. They just had to say, get to the chopper. Didn't really care for that. And on that note, when the Predator's in the vehicle and he uses the guy's ripped off arm to give a thumbs up, that was so stupid. It was like they couldn't decide if they wanted to make this movie a Predator movie, an action movie, or a comedy, and they just, which I know Predator movies and action movies are pretty much the same thing, but I'm saying like just generic action movie. They just kind of threw it all together, and it wasn't nearly funny enough, nor would I want a movie like this to be funny. It's like they're trying to duplicate Marvel or something, but their jokes weren't funny, so maybe if their jokes were funny it would have been better, but that one was stupid. Him using the arm. I thought it was kind of funny, him using the mask as a Halloween costume, and then of course it blowing the people up, which I actually had forgotten that the gun thing is in the mask. I thought it was on their shoulder or something like that, so when that happened I was like, whoa, is that supposed to happen? I will say the best joke in the entire movie was when they described the alien as a alien Whoopi Goldberg. That was hilarious. I laughed for quite a while on that one. The Predator dogs were pretty awesome. Kind of scary, not really all that fearsome though. They didn't last very long, except for the one that sticks around. It was weird how he swallowed the orb at the beginning, and it wasn't used until the very end, and I guess I missed it, but I'm not exactly sure where it came from. Like, I guess I missed how he got the orb. I remember him, like, getting hit or something by the Predator, and then all of a sudden the orb was on the ground. I don't know. I must have been looking away at that point, but it was kind of weird how they made that was such a powerful tool, and it wasn't used until, like, the very end. And even then, it wasn't used all that well. Like, wasn't she the only one that used it? She grabbed onto it and then jumped onto him. I don't know. I didn't care for that much. Pretty much they made a super Predator, and that's what this entire movie is about. I mean, I guess that's what, at one point you see the kid watching kind of a movie, kind of like the Wolverine, the making of. And I guess that's when they were making the Super Predator. It was weird how the dog sided with them. There was no reason for the dog to side with them. Like I said, it was like they were trying to make a comedy and they were using the dog, and it wasn't really all that funny in anything he did. So, this movie, the main predator is more like a juggernaut than a predator to me. I mean, Predator is all about hunting and hiding and stuff like that, and this is just this big predator that you can't kill no matter what, and he's just destroying everything. So it didn't have the Predator feel to me. So they're saying in this movie that people with autism are more evolved, and I've actually heard that before. That's kind of a running scientific theory that people with autism might be a step up on the evolutionary scale. Don't know exactly the science behind it, but it was interesting that it was put into this movie because they wanted the kid, and obviously he had autism, which they showed at the first of it. I thought I wrote something. I did, and I completely skipped over it. At the first of it, when he puts all the chess pieces back, like, that was cool, but how do we know that was exactly where they are? There's a butterfly, and that is what I'm looking at. The last video, I looked at something several times. I can't remember what I was looking at, so I'll try to, if I'm like staring at something, I'll try to say what it is. Once they finally, oh wait, no, I'm skipping ahead, sorry. The military guys definitely felt like military guys, because they were just like, let's shoot everything. Like, they're on this smooth metal ship, and they're like, let's shoot it. And then the force field starts coming up, and that one dude's like, I'm just gonna shoot it. Like, just no logic there. Like, what in the world are you gonna do? How is that in any way gonna stop the force field coming at you? Once they finally defeat the Juggernaut, spoilers, the Juggernaut Predator, he asked him to talk, and I'm not sure exactly what it says. It may have just mimicked exactly what he had said, but he immediately said, shut up. I thought that was so stupid. He's like, talk, shut up. It's like, was that supposed to be a joke, or didn't like what he said? That was kind of lame for an ending, sort of ending. The actual, that, I actually feel like it may have been better if it had just ended there, but I guess they wanted to set up for another movie, because then you have the actual ending where they've got the pod, and it just happens to open right when that guy walks in, and of course it makes this suit that would have been incredibly useful earlier in the movie when they were actually fighting the Juggernaut Predator. So I guess they're going to use it in the next movie. I don't know. Like I said, 5 out of 10. It was worth my time watching it. It was just a generic action movie to me. Nothing really special about it. Now I'm just watching this butterfly go crazy. That's going to be it for the movie review. We're going to go into the movie recommendation. This one's going to be Inside Man. This one's from 2006. I wanted to enjoy nature there for a second. This one's an excellent back and forth. It's kind of a dialogue based. It's a guy who's robbing a bank, and he's got hostages, and they're trying to negotiate, and you've got the tension on either side, and it's got a really good twist at the end that you definitely won't see coming. The description on it is: a tough detective, Denzel Washington, matches wits with a cunning bank robber as a tense hostage crisis is unfolding. Into the situation comes a mysterious power broker who has a hidden agenda and threatens to push everything past the breaking point. And pretty much that generic description is all the movie is. Like, it's Denzel Washington and the other guy, I don't remember the actor's name, he's fairly popular. And they're just kind of going back and forth, and then you've got this other person with a hidden agenda that's like wanting money or something, or notes or something that's in the bank. I can't remember exactly what she wants. And so she's trying to get her way, and she doesn't care about the hostages or anything like that. So And that's it for the movie recommendation, Inside Man. Gonna go on to the jokes and quotes. I told my doctor I broke my arm in 2 places, and he told me to stop going to those places. A Roman walked into a bar, held up 2 fingers, and said, "I'll take 5, please." Get it? 5. Quotes. Don't take yourself so seriously. No one else does. This is definitely one thing I've learned. I think a lot of people don't realize that we're so focused about going about our lives that we forget that other people are just as focused going about their own lives. And like, if you think about your friends and stuff, there's a lot you don't know about them, and vice versa, there's a lot they don't know about you. So when something major's going on or something like that, like, they're not as worried as you might think they would be, which I guess that could be a good or a bad thing. But I'm just saying that not everyone takes you so seriously, so don't take yourself so seriously. Like, it's alright, things happen, just roll with it. And a lot of times when I'm in a group interaction and I'm like, oh man, I'm having to miss something, all these people are going to ask about me, and no one does. I'm like, oh, they don't even need me there. It's not like a bad thing. It's not like saying, crap, why am I even there in the first place? It's just saying, it's alright if you miss something once in a while. So, I don't know, probably botched that one up pretty bad. The other quote, as you waste your breath complaining about life, someone out there is breathing their last. Appreciate what you have. And I think I've said, if I haven't, I'll say it now. There's another quote that says, if you can't appreciate what you have, you're not going to appreciate what you'll get or what you'll receive. And you just have to understand that, especially me, but a lot of people in the United States, almost everyone, we have so much more than everyone else out there. So just appreciate what you have, and if you appreciate the smaller things in your life, it'll make the bigger things seem that much bigger, and it just makes life better to appreciate things. And I mean, there's a lot of motivational talks out there that talk about keeping like an appreciation journal and things like that, but I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand with trying to find the good in each day. Like, just find something to appreciate each day, or something you have. I mean, it's awesome. I'm out here in nature. I've got this amazing camera and tripod, and everything is nice. I'm not getting eaten up by bugs because I have bug spray, and it's relaxing. I'm not under any pressure or anything like that, and it's nice. There's so many things that I can appreciate just right here in this one moment. So, just, if you're having a bad day, look for something to appreciate, because I bet you can find something. You can definitely find something in each day to appreciate. So that's going to be it for the jokes and quotes. Inside the Introvert. I went to Houston, Texas recently. It is a massive city, and went to see a comedy show, and they were passing around props. Pretty much they had taken a Facebook post, and they had printed it into this big cardboard prop and then just cut out the center. I guess they posted a picture on Facebook, and they cut out whatever the picture was, so it still showed how many likes and stuff it received. It still showed the hashtags and things like that, and then you could hold it up so it made it look like you were the one that was in that picture. And they were passing it down, like, they had like 6 lines going into the building in this one area. I mean, there was like 12,000 people at the show, so, I mean, they had like 6 different areas of the building to enter, so it was crazy. And anyways, I saw that they were passing down the photo op thing, and I actually went to another line because I was afraid that if I got in the line, it was only like 3 groups in front of me, that it would come to me and there'd be no one behind me, and I'd just be like, well, what do I do with it now? So I tried to avoid that interaction and go to another line, and there actually was a guy that was kind of keeping track of them, I guess. I didn't notice before, and he started coming around and like offering people to take pictures with him, and he's like, post them online because it's free advertisement. And he finally came up towards me, and the group behind me was a group of like 5, and they were taking a lot of pictures, and the 2 people in front of me took a picture with it. So he's just standing there because he's got 2 of these props. And I was thinking in my head, like, there's no way I can get my arm out to do a picture of myself, and I hate selfies. I try to avoid them at all costs. I'll put a 10-second timer on my phone and find some place to put it rather than do a selfie. And so I ended up saying, I turned to him, I was like, well, since you're standing there, I'll go ahead and get a picture real quick. Like, I had to justify getting a picture. It was so stupid, but that was my introverted mind. We're dressing up this entire week for work, so if you want to see a picture, this was Monday. It was cosplay day, and this Tuesday was Twinkie Day, so like twins, which I didn't really do. This was today. This was Wacky Wednesday, and I ended up doing everything backwards because they were like, just wear something backwards. And this will be, I'm recording this on Wednesday, so you'll see the same shirt, but this will be Friday, hopefully by the time, or I'm sorry, Thursday, Throwback Thursday. I'm going for like a greaser look. Hopefully it works out, because I'm just assuming it's going to work out and putting the picture here. And then Friday is just our company colors. But anyways, on Monday I was super freaked out because I had that on, and I was like, what if I got the wrong week? Or I was actually gone the previous Friday, so I was like, well, what if they suddenly changed it and it's not this week? And I walk in there and everyone's like, why is he dressed up today? And I'd have to go home and change. And every single time we have something like this, I'm always freaking out. Like, anytime they give us free jeans to wear at work, I'm always sitting in the parking lot trying to see if other people have jeans on before I walk in, because it's like one of my biggest fears to walk in there and I'm the only one. I misheard something, or it's the wrong date or something like that, and I say I don't get embarrassed easily, but that would be embarrassing. So, completely freaked out, but it worked out. It was the correct week and everything. The one thing that saved me was I rode my motorcycle on Monday, and I've got a full body motorcycle suit that I wear. It's all like mesh for the summertime, so no one could actually see until I go into the bathroom and change out of my cycle suit, and then I go to my desk, and it's like right by the bathroom, so really no one could tell until I was able to look around and double check, which it was kind of freaking me out, because walking in, it's supposed to be free jeans all week this week, and walking in, not anyone had jeans on, so I was like, oh, okay, but well, it all worked out. I was just worried about nothing. A couple months ago, when I was having my internet installed in my apartment, the gate into my apartment doesn't open for pedestrians, so you have to have a clicker thing to open it. And I opened it for the guy because he had to go around my apartment to get to the back side, and then I was worried that he was going to be stuck out there, and he was supposed to be able to, you punch in my apartment number on the keypad, and then it rings to my cell phone, and I can open the gate. And I told him that, but I was like, what if he forgot my apartment number, and what if he's like stuck out there? And he actually had come back in, he just followed a car, which I shouldn't have been so worried, because lots of cars come in and out, so the gate's open. You wouldn't have to wait out that long, but the entire time I'm just sitting in my apartment like, crap, what if he's just imagining him sitting by the gate waiting on me? And I kept going to the wall that was facing the outside, trying to listen to see if I could hear him out there, and I was like, I should have just handed him my clicker. I don't know why in the world, like, he's not going to do anything with it. I don't know why I didn't just give it to him. I didn't think of that until, like, the very end. I was like, why did I not just give that to him so he wouldn't have to worry about it? But the entire 30 minutes it took him to install the internet, it was just, like, constant struggle for me. I didn't do anything but, like, sit around and worry. Not necessarily worry, but just think about it. Couldn't think about anything else. But that's going to be it for this podcast. All my episodes are on YouTube, so you can watch them on there, or you can use Online Video Converter and make them into MP3. Check out my Flickr and Instagram. Not Flickr. Check out my Twitter and Instagram. I don't have Flickr anymore. And I'm SilverC Review and all that stuff. It'll be linked down below. SoundCloud, all my episodes get put on there for the first, like, I don't know, there's like 6 or 7 on there. and they stay on there for like a month and a half, so you can listen to them on there. And that's it. Take care.